This chart tracks foreign technological investment entering the Indian market. Throughout the 1980s, the line remains flat. Then, in 1991, the Indian economy liberalizes, trade barriers drop, and we see an immediate vertical spike as global technology companies rush into the country. This influx of hardware arrived faster than the capability to use it. Traditional Indian businesses were suddenly confronted with modern data systems, but they lacked the internal knowledge to actually deploy them. The solution to that disconnect emerged from a university neighborhood in South Kolkata, born from a specific group of students. They met at the Bhajan tea stall. It was a space defined by 11 tables, the smell of strong chai, and a ceiling fan running at roughly 60% capacity. The air was uniformly warm and thick with humidity. Sitting at one of those tables was a 26-year-old named Shekhar Radhakrishnan. He spent 20 minutes outlining a vision to capture the technological gap by acting as a bridge between foreign tech and the local landscape. Transforming a vision into a reality requires more than a good pitch in a tea stall. It requires a specific alchemy of personalities to execute the work. Translating that vision into a tangible company requires distinct, specialized roles. First, the team needed an architect. That was Shekhar's younger brother, Kiran. He listened with narrowed eyes, actively testing Shekhar's grand argument for structural weaknesses, while the others were still caught up in the idea. Next was the builder. Vimal focused on a pencil stub and a paper napkin, sketching out the physical hardware and infrastructure they would need to build. Across from them was Kabir, the networker. With his arms crossed and a relaxed posture, he represented the relationship management the group would need to navigate the city's business elite. Shekhar's pitch eventually hit a wall when he admitted the one thing they lacked was an actual company. Priya, the pragmatist, broke her silence to deliver a grounding reality check. They also lacked money. Shekhar argued that some money is always the beginning, but Priya ignored the sentiment. She opened her notebook and asked for the numbers. Priya's demand for mathematical reality forced the group out of a college bull session and into the logistics of a viable corporate entity. This chart shows the result of those calculations. They officially registered NovaBridge Systems with a pooled investment of 80,000 rupees. It gave them a survival runway of exactly 4 to 6 months. That capital secured their first headquarters, a 2-room office in Borough Bazaar, a district characterized by dense commercial traffic and constant noise. The malls sourced and hand-assembled 2 functional computers for the space, bypassing the cost of new retail hardware to keep the company within its budget. Their limited physical and financial resources were balanced by the fact that the 5 founders brought entirely complementary skill sets to the table. By March 1992, the group held the first official staff meeting of NovaBridge Systems, gathered around second-hand desks. Shekhar delivered his thesis to the room, that they were the connection between technology's potential and the country's future. Shekhar sat down, leaving the room in a heavy silence as the vast scale of his vision settled. Priya ended the silence by noting that since the meeting was over, they needed to prepare for a client call in 20 minutes. Shekhar provided the direction, but Priya's focus on the clock and the bottom line ensured the company survived long enough to reach it. Beyond the Borough Bazaar office, there was a 6th presence tied to the company's future. In a flat in Delhi, Shekhar's wife Sita was grading papers while 8 months pregnant. Her unborn child, a son they would name Ram, was now inextricably linked to the success or failure of the project initiated in that tea stall. The decisions made in those early meetings would dictate the course of that child's life, creating a foundation that would remain long after the Borough Bazaar office was gone.